What a beautiful scene right there. We're set for the Division I non-select quarterfinals. Two teams that know each other very well. Arguably the best rivalry in the state of Louisiana. It's the number 5 Santa Monica Lady Gators at 24-8 in the season at East Ascension Park, faces the number 4 East Ascension Lady Spartans, 21-8. Santa Monica coached by Amy Petrie, East Ascension Tony Ricker. Hello, everybody. I'm Troy LaBeouf, along with my broadcast partner tonight, Jeff Porsche, our director, Andre Chapoy, Lau Boudreau, our producer. On the cameras tonight's Nolan, Zane, and Jake. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to set the stage for this quarterfinal matchup. It's going to be a good one. It's Santa Monica. It's East Ascension. It's the REV Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timelines. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
REV Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Hi, I'm Haley Leindecker with Action Therapy and Wellness in Gonzales, and I'm here to show you simple exercises to improve shoulder strength and thoracic mobility for all athletes.
Resisted external rotation will strengthen your rotator cuff. Stand tall with your arms straight out and the elbow bent at 90 degrees. Keeping your elbow in place, rotate your arm outward against the resistance. For internal rotation, set up the same 90-90 arm position, but with the resistance anchored on the same side. Rotate your arm inward, bringing your hand towards the ground while keeping your elbow fixed. This is called open books and half kneeling. The resistance band is held forward with both hands. Rotate your upper body open to the side, pulling the band across while keeping your lower body stable.
Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, occupational, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Back at Lady Spartan Field for today's quarterfinal matchup. The winner will head to Sulphur. Let's take a look at both teams. My broadcast partner, Jeff Porsche, he's going to talk about Santa Monica and EA, how they match up today.
And it's a pretty close matchup, Troy. This is 5 versus 4. 5 is Santa Monica, and 4 is East Ascension. That's why we're playing at East Ascension tonight. The Lady Gators are 24-9, are 24-8 on the season. East Ascension 21-8. So again, they had the same loss total. They had a few more extra games for the Lady Gators. Both of them play in 5-5A. And Santa Monica finished second, and East Ascension finished third. And you see their records right there. Both of them played their first game of the postseason on Tuesday. And you had the REV Game of the Week on Tuesday at Santa Monica, that big showdown with Dutchtown. And Santa Monica held on despite a late rally by Dutchtown, 5-4, and then the Airline gave East Ascension all they wanted and just barely defeated Airline. They won 3-2, and these two teams played a couple of times already. And how did they do when they matched up?
They did. You know, again, I will argue it's the best rivalry in the state of Louisiana. I'll argue with anybody on that. I don't care what sport they're playing, bowling, anything.
Yep.
But if you look at the regular season, Santa Maria won both of those games. Pretty close games. Back in February, earlier in the season, Santa Maria won 15-9. And then back in March, that's when it was at East Ascension. Santa Maria won 8-4. Going back to the victories in the playoffs by both teams. I had a chance to watch the REV game of the week with Dutchtown and Santa Maria. It was a great game, 5-4. Landry and Amount came, and she took care of business and got them out of it. And on the other side, I thought East Ascension did great. They trailed in that game 2-1, but they played outstanding defense behind their pitcher, and they got just enough hitting to win the game.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one to watch. And if East Ascension can get some pitching, that's what's kind of held them back the last couple of years. That could be a big difference in this game today.
You see both teams being announced right now. Obviously, Santa Maria being the visitor, and they're normally in a situation where they're hosting over at Santa Maria Gator Park. But give credit to East Ascension. You get the 4 seed, you get to host the 5. And the seeds have certainly played out between the two teams.
And the difference is the experience. This is a veteran team for East Ascension, and I talked to Amy Petrie before the game, and she said, man, this team's so young, but we're here, and that's kind of the difference, and that might be why East Ascension is the host team here today.
Look at those quarterfinal pairings, a lot of really good teams. Central with the upset. They upset the number 1 seed Walker. They will be at Hahnville. Obviously our game here, the REV game of the week. Barb, very good Barb team at number 11 at West Monroe, Perennial Power, and number 10 Live Oak, and number 2 Sam Houston. So the 1 seed is no longer there, and everybody's playing for what? You see it right there, the semifinals in Frash Park to start on May 1st. Let's take a look at the lineup. We'll take a look at Santa Maria's lineup for East Ascension being announced right now. Take a look at the Gator lineup. Jeff, tell us about the Gators hunting a lineup today.
And with Dakota and Causey, you got those left-handed slap hitters with a lot of speed, and they're the table setters for Brooke Rabelais. She's the one that brings the thunder at the plate with the home runs. And then you got all kinds of trouble all over that lineup. Olivia Johnson, Devin Tanner, the Landrys, Kendall and Katie, and then at the bottom, they are not easy either. Kinley Trish and Madeline Stevens.
That's an outstanding lineup. A lot of youngsters in that lineup. For Coach Amy Petrie, obviously, we'll talk about Santa Maria throughout the night, how many times they won state championships, trying to get back to Sulphur. But you look at that lineup, they put up 5 runs in the last game. I'm sure Coach Petrie and both, I got to say, both head coaches outstanding, but what they have surrounded around them are the assistant coaches, both outstanding assistant coaches. Both coaches probably feel like it would be comfortable if we could put up 7 or 8 runs tonight.
Yeah, that might be enough to win because both teams are pitching a lot better. And I believe we're going to go to the national anthem right now, so we'll go to that.
Yeah, stay with us, folks. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem, and we are ready. It is a packed Lady Spartan field right off of Worthy Road behind the campus of East Ascension. East Ascension will be in the field first. Santa Maria will be in the visiting team today. We'll take a look momentarily at the East Ascension defense. Coming right at you, Mr. Porsche.
All right, at first base you have Emma Blanchard. At second, Mackenzie Creel. Caden Tullier at third, and Madison Stevens at short. In the outfield, Z. Jackson in left, Hartley Berthelot in center, Adeline Bradbury in right. Behind the plate is Avery Stevens, and in the circle today is the veteran Savannah Baker for the Lady Spartans.
How big was Emma Blanchard's 2-run homer against Airline to propel them to the victory? But I thought they played outstanding defense. I'm expecting the same today from this East Ascension defense. They're going to have to be aware of slap hitters, power hitters, and Santa Monica wants to put the ball in play.
Both teams won basically because of the long ball. Emma Blanchard had the home run to give the Lady Spartans a win, and in the game against Dutchtown, Kendall Landry, the pitcher, had a 3-run homer in the first. They wind up winning by 1 game, so that was the difference in that ball game as well.
Leading off for the Lady Gators will be shortstop number 1, Bailey Ducote, and as Jeff mentioned, in the circle, outstanding pitcher Savannah Baker, number 8. We're ready to go here from Lady Spartan Field, top of the first inning. East Ascension, Santa Monica. Winner goes home. Victor goes to Sulphur. Little slap hit. It'll drop in for a base hit. She might be able to get 2 here.
She's going for 2 now.
She's going. Oh, that ball almost hit. We got obstruction at first. We got obstruction at second. There's a lot of stuff going on that play. Let's see if we got the replay.
Yeah.
I saw the first base umpire when Ducote rounded first. It looks like obstruction was called. And then when they tried to throw to second, the second baseman for the Spartans, which is Creel, really wasn't looking for the ball and almost hit her.
Right, it was a clean hit off the glove of Stevens. But look right there, you had the contact between Blanchard and Ducote, and I had noticed that, and that's why she didn't go immediately, because she wasn't sure if she was going to make it. Look, she stopped right there, and you see the coach is saying, well, call that, and then they
had
go.
Obstruction again.
At second base. One right there.
So Ducote's at third, nobody out. After everything kind of settles down, that'll bring up Riley Causey, the right fielder. She bats from the left side, so quickly a runner at third with nobody out in the top of the first inning.
Infield playing in. They know that she's likely to drop one right here and try to get the runner home.
Ball is upstairs, 1-0.
And she reached on a error in the first inning against Dutchtown, which helped lead to that 4-run inning that they had in the top of the first and got them going. She's a .417 hitter on the season.
Baker ready to go with the 1-0. A little pop-up, nice play by the shortstop. Madison Stevens saves a run right there, and she records the first out.
Yeah, and Stevens was very close to getting the first 2 outs of this game, because that base hit by Ducote just caromed off her glove. It would have been a great play if she would have made it, but she's had 2 opportunities and got that one right there, and now we have 1 out and a runner still at third.
Brooke Rabelais, the catcher, you mentioned her earlier, number 8, big hitter for the Gators. She's got a runner in scoring position at third with less than 2 outs.
And she is the power hitter for this team. She leads the team with 14 home runs. And get this, 63 RBIs. That's a ton for playing just about 30 games.
Yeah, that is a big season.
Yep.
Play her pretty deep in the outfield. Looks like the wind is blowing from left to right, according to the flags. She stays up off of that one, 2-0.
They want to see if she could probably chase one right there and get ahead in the count, but good discipline by Rabelais, and now she's ahead 2-0.
Longtime assistant Mark Mayer over at first base, and outstanding coach Amy Petrie.
Yep.
She's been here 10 years coaching at third. Ball, you're right, Jeff. They are staying up. What to call that a strike on the outside corner?
Oh, they called that. Okay. Yeah, that was a close pitch right there.
They are staying away.
Yeah, you would rather face Tanner and maybe get yourself in a double play situation as well. So I think they're going to try to pitch around her and see if they could sneak a strike or 2 in right here.
Count is 2-1. That's way over. Short backstop here, so.
Yeah, that one just flew all the way back to the catcher, and it was probably a wise decision. Ducote is super fast, but
too short of a backstop.
That's the right call right there, especially when you got the slugger at the plate right here.
Third baseman Olivia Johnson on deck for the Gators. Just underway here from Spartan Field. 3-1 pitch coming. Catches the outside corner. I figured the umpire out. Just got to give him a minute.
Yeah.
He makes the verbal call, then he's going to raise his hand.
Right. He just does that little pump. We had the similar umpire Tuesday night. It took a moment to see if he was going to call it.
Full count pitch coming. To Brooke Rabelais. That was down in the dirt. She'll get a free pass. She'll be over at first base.
And that's not a bad situation for East Ascension because you don't want her to make it 2-0 right away or get a quick RBI. Now you got a courtesy runner. That's going to be Rockefort. That's going to be running for her. And so that'll take them out possibly of the double play ball. But you got a tough hitter right here with Olivia Johnson coming to the plate. She's got 5 home runs on the season as well.
Baker's looking for a ground ball here to see if they can turn through. Outstanding infield for East Ascension. Gators have them at the corners for Olivia Johnson. Playing her pretty deep straight away in the outfield. There goes a runner. He'll throw it back to the pitcher. Rockford will steal second. Puts herself in scoring position. So 2 on. 1 out in the inning. Base hit right here could plate 2.
This is a situation that Santamon thrives under. You had the error that got the runner to third earlier, and they oftentimes capitalize on that.
Laid off of it. Baker's been out of the zone a little bit here in the first inning, but she's got some really good hitters to deal with. I think she's trying to be crafty.
Yeah.
Trying to hit her corners, hit her spots.
Now, I've covered EA a bunch of times, and if she does struggle here early, they will not hesitate to go to Zenon out of the pen. So we may see 2 pitchers here if she struggles here in the first.
That's a good looking pitch right there. Gets it by her. Brings count to 2-1. Runners at second and third. 1 out. Top of the first. Gators trying to get on the board first in this quarterfinal matchup. Another good pitch right there. Got it by her. Looks like she maybe a little off speed right there. Let's pull the string a bit.
Yeah, she's been missing high and outside a lot, but that was the first one that was kind of at the knees and got Johnson to chase it right there.
2-2 count. 2 on, 1 out. Pops him up. It should be deep enough to score. Caught in center field. It'll be cut off, and the Gators take a 1-0 lead on the RBI sacrifice fly.
So an RBI by Johnson, and that's going to be her 35th of the year. And Santamon, like I said earlier, when you give them a mistake, they will capitalize, and they got that runner to third on that throw, that error on the third baseman, and there was no doubt in my mind that they weren't going to strand her right there. They were going to get her in, and they just did.
Second baseman Devin Tanner comes up, number 19. He's got a runner still in scoring position. That's Rockefort at second base. 2 outs. Outside, laid off of it, 1-0.
And so you got that run. They came off the error, and that's what happened in the first inning of the Dutchtown game. There was an error on a bunt. The second baseman couldn't get the throw at the bag at first, and then they wind up scoring 4 runs after that. That's what they like to do.
Down in the dirt. That'll bounce over toward the Santamon dugout. Rockefort will move to third.
So you got Dakota who scored. She singled, got to second on after some obstruction, and then an errant throw to second got her to third, and she wound up scoring on that sacrifice by Johnson. And now we got another runner at third. That's Rockefort running for Rabelais.
It's a mile high. Shortstop says she wants it. She's got it. But the Gators, they do get on the board. They pick up a run on a hit. There was a Spartan error and 1 left on. We completed a half inning of play. Santamon 1, East Ascension coming to bat. We'll be right back. Let's keep it right here.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give you the East Ascension batting order, and you got the table setter, Caden Touye, the Southeastern commit, leads off at third. Mackenzie Creel bats second. She's the second baseman. Emma Blanchard, the hero of the game Tuesday, bats third at first. Savannah Baker in the circle. Adeline Bradbury in right. Madison Stevens at short. Tierney Zenon, DP. And then you have Avery Stevens behind the plate and Z Jackson in left field. Defensive starters for Santa Maria at first, Katie Landry, second base Devin Tanner, third Olivia Johnson, Bailey Ducote at shortstop. Left field, Kinley Trish. Center, Madeline Stevens. Right field, Riley Causey. Behind the plate is Brooke Rabelais. And in the circle is Kendall Landry. And she was the hero on offense and in the field with her pitching with the 3-run homer and a complete game victory Tuesday night.
It was an outstanding game between Santa Maria and Dutchtown. Big clutch performance, as you mentioned, by Landry. You saw a nice shot of the outfield. I don't think there's a seat left here.
Nope.
Standing room only, and they're on the outfield fence. So this is a unbelievable atmosphere for high school softball.
And Santa Maria's got a bunch of people here. They lost a few of their fans from Tuesday night because the boys are playing in Benton for baseball. So a lot of the diehards and a lot of the pit crew and all that are on the road today, but they still got a big crowd here today as well.
And obviously there is a connection. Head coach Tony Ricca of East Ascension.
Yeah.
Her husband Caleb Ricca coaches the Santa Maria baseball team.
Right. I'm sure that Caleb would love to be here tonight, but he's got other work to do.
Stay downstairs to Tillier. You mentioned the Southeastern signing. Outstanding players. Been playing, slogged a lot of time here at East Ascension.
4-year starter. 427. Always an outstanding leadoff hitter.
Plays off of that one, 2-0.
And it's a different philosophy for EA at the top of the lineup. Santa Maria's got those slap hitters that are fast and can get on base. Touye can hit one out the park. She has 15 home runs on the year.
Matt catches a piece of the outside corner for a strike. Brings it to 2-1. Two and one to the leadoff hitter, Tillier. That one stayed up. Good eye. 3-1.
Yeah, Rabelais tried to frame that. She thought it might have been in the strike zone. Umpire did not take the bait. It's a little high, and now Tullier's ahead in the count. You got to be very careful with this pitch right here.
That ball's hit out into right field. Right fielder has got it. 1 out.
So that's a good job by Causey and a good job by Landry keeping it in the field. A couple of weeks ago when East Ascension played Prairieville, she went oppo. She's got the power to do that. She hit one in about that same spot over the fence. But so that's a good job by Santa Maria to get the leadoff hitter out.
Got to bring up Mackenzie Creel. Creel's the second baseman for the Spartans. Has a strike, split the plate. Good looking pitch from Landry.
Yeah, Landry, we talked about her getting the win. She pitched 7 innings, had 6 hits, and 2 earned runs, and struck out 7. Had a great game Tuesday night.
Fouls that one off quickly. Landry gets ahead 0-2.
You know, we think that this might be a relatively low-scoring game or somewhere around the 5-6 run range like you were talking about earlier, but both of these teams do have some outstanding hitters up and down the lineup. It's just the pitching has gotten a lot better as well. Creel is a 283 hitter on the year.
Landry's ahead in the count 0-2. Stays off and tried to get a chase of the ball. That's a missed pitch right there. She's trying to set up the next pitch. So that brings the count to 1-2.
Yeah, you got that little pitch that you can waste right there, see if she'll chase something. But good discipline by Mackenzie Creel.
Stayed off it again. Really nice job by Creel. That's a tough pitch to lay off, even as a count at 2-2.
Absolutely. Both these teams are so well coached. This is East Ascension's third straight quarterfinal appearance. This is the first one they get to play at home, though.
That's a good-looking pitch fouled off. Out of play. They're still coming in here at Lady Spartan Park.
Yep. You know, these two teams are really excited about playing each other, obviously, and they're not looking ahead because you can't do that in a game like this. But when you look at the fact that Walker lost, there's a chance that the winner of this game could definitely make it all the way to the finals. So that's kind of in the back of their head, but they're worried about this game right here for sure.
Played off of it. Brought it all the way. She was down 0-2, brought it all the way to 3-2.
Yeah, she fought off a couple of pitches. She's taken some balls, and now she's trying to come all the way back from that 0-2 count.
Three-two pitch coming to Mackenzie Creel, bottom of the first. Nice job following that one off, stays alive.
Yeah, she just keeps on fighting, and this is going to be, I believe, pitch 8 of this at-bat.
Play pretty deep in the outfield. Straight away. Hits that one deep to the wall. What a play! Unbelievable catch by Stevens in the center field.
The snow cone. I don't know if that was going out, but it was going to be off the wall at minimum. Let's look at where she is. Yeah, that might have hit the wall or not, but before that, she got the snow cone, and it wasn't aided or anything. That was a great play, and that's the kind of plays you need.
That ball was hit. But a great play by Stevens in center field. She found the wall and made the play. It's a breaking pitch for a strike. Emma Blanchard. Big 2-run homer by Blanchard in second round victory.
Yes, this East Ascension team would not have made it without her, and she's a .419 hitter. That was only her third home run of the year, though. That was a clutch hit, though.
Good job laying off of that one.
Well, one thing that I've noticed, the first two batters, these EA hitters are going to take the ball for a ride. And if they keep hitting it like this, the ballpark may not be able to hold one of them.
Has a good-looking pitch on the outside corner. I think the wind probably helped a little bit.
Yep. The wind is blowing out towards center. Not a heavy wind, and it's hot out here. It's in the 80s. It's a little overcast, but still a good day for softball. We should be able to get this one in without any weather issues.
Fouled that one off.
You know, I talked to Coach Petrie, and she had told me that one of the reasons they're playing tonight is they were concerned about the weather tomorrow. It's a stronger likelihood they get one in today because there's going to be some possible weather issues tomorrow during the day.
There's some shuffling going on right now baseball-wise. A couple of playoff series because of weather. Fouled that one off. Woke them up over there in the Santa Mar dugout.
You're not going to strike out a lot of these Lady Spartans. They are contact hitters, and they're fighting off some good pitches right now. But you know Kendall Landry, if you were watching us on Tuesday, she is more than capable of getting these hitters out. And she's already got the first two, even though they hit the ball pretty well against her.
That one got a piece of her. Didn't make it to the plate, still got a piece of her.
Yep.
She's awarded first base. So a 2-out base runner and Emma Blanchard. That'll bring up Savannah Baker.
And this is the other long ball threat for the Lady Spartans. She's the other girl in double digits. She's got 11 home runs and 38 RBIs on the year. So you got to be careful with her. And I'm sure that's what they're going to talk about. Brooke Rabelais called timeout. She's the senior captain of this team, and she's going to make sure that everybody is set right here and get Kendall Landry back on track.
Very impressed with the power numbers for East Ascension.
Yes.
Santa Ma's got some home runs as well, but you got 15, 11, your two leaders, Touye and Baker.
Yep, and you got 38 home runs on the season, so the other one's got 12 sprinkled all around them as well. So there's plenty of hitters that can take it deep.
Lets it stay outside, 1-0.
And the wind is picking up a little bit more. You see clouds out there, but nothing is really threatening at this point.
I'm just hoping the wind doesn't change.
Yeah.
That one stayed up. So 2-0 count to Baker.
So you have Blanchard at first, not really much of a stolen base threat, although she does have 2 on the year. Although you're probably not going anywhere with the cleanup hitter up.
That one's out as well. 3-0. Baker would probably be taking a look at one here.
Yeah, I would think that she would take at least one. She may have a green light on the 3-1 count. We'll have to see about that right here. You got Bradbury on deck, and she's got 3 home runs on the year as well.
That one stayed outside. That ball had some nice movement on it. Didn't catch the plate.
It broke about a foot to the left-handed batter's box, but it looked like it was right over the middle. And now you're going to get a courtesy runner who is Riley Bourgeois, as Coach Tony is going to have a quick word with Adeline Bradbury, because this is an opportunity for EA to even the score here, and you don't get a lot of opportunities like this all the time against Santa Ma. When you get a chance to tie it, you got to do it right now.
Bradbury bats from the right side, a right fielder hitting with 2 outs and 2 on. That one stayed out. Everything on the outer part of the plate, trying to keep it away from these hitters.
Yeah, and the home plate umpire has consistently not called it on that outside corner. So that's something that you might want to pay attention to.
Good looking pitch right there. Came across the plate, caught the inside corner. Evens the count at 1-1. That ball started out and came in.
Yes. Good movement on her pitches so far.
She's just going to get better. She's only a sophomore.
Yep.
Has a change up right there. Swung right through it.
Yeah. And she has gone through a lot this season because she wasn't expected to be the ace, but she kind of got thrust into that role about halfway through the season, and she's gotten better and better as the season's gone along.
Being told the winds are at about 11 miles per hour. 85 degrees. Stayed off of that one. Tried to get a chase of 2-2. Two count coming to Adeline Bradbury. Allen stayed outside. Good job by Rabelais to go get it, not allowing it to get to the backstop, and that'll bring the count to 3-2.
You are one pitch away from potentially loading the bases without a hit. You got the runner at second was hit by a pitch, and then the runner at first is a courtesy runner, but Baker reached on a walk.
Payoff pitch coming to Bradbury. That one stayed down. Nice eye right there by Bradbury. That does load him up. Madison Stevens, a shortstop.
Now she is more of a singles hitter. She doesn't have a lot of power, as her extra base hits aren't too many. She only has a handful of doubles and no home runs on the year, but she's somebody who may hit a line drive into the outfield, and if they can do that, it might be 2-1.
There you see Coach Amy Petrie talking to in the circle talking to her team.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, the Gators, the last 5 years, last year semifinals, state champs in 24, 23, 22, quarterfinals in 2021. And the Spartans have been pretty consistent. Quarterfinals the last 2 years, knocking on the door to get into Sulphur. Regionals by district in 2021 did not make the playoffs.
Yeah, 2 years ago they had that heartbreaker against Ponchatoula where they were one strike away and gave up a walk-off grand slam to Ponchatoula. And then last year they went to Lady Gator Park and lost to Santa Monica.
That one just missed. Must have been a little low. 1-0.
It really is unfortunate that Dutchtown, Santa Monica, and EA are all in that same quadrant right there, because all three of these teams are good enough to go to Sulphur and make some noise, but only one of them is going to get there.
That's a strike. Teams count at 1-1.
And I was going to say, even though Walker's been eliminated, Live Oak is still alive, so you still have 3 teams out of the final 8 coming from 5-5A.
Ball's hit to the shortstop. Nice play. Saved some runs right there. That was Tanner. They leave them loaded. No runs, no hits. There were no errors, but 3 big ones left on. We completed 1. Your score, Santa Monica 1. East Ascension nothing. We'll be back after this timeout. It's the Rev Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timelines. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
Rev Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
All right, back at Lady Spartan Field, Troy LaBeouf along with Jeff Porsche. The Rev Game of the Week, and I don't think we could have picked a better one.
Nope. It's the best rivalry, like you said, definitely in the area, maybe in the entire state of Louisiana. Doesn't matter if it's football, golf, or softball, anything.
So many good rivalries in the parish. I think would obviously, you know, the emergence of Prairieville. I can see that Prairieville Dutchtown becoming a real big rival between the two schools.
Yeah, it kind of already is.
Leading off for the Gators will be Kendall Landry.
Got to be careful with her. She went deep in the first inning of Tuesday's game against Dutchtown. She's got 7 homers on the season.
Takes a big hack right there, fouls it off.
You can see from that cut, she's got a big swing right there. If she makes contact, and it was kind of similar to that fly ball, the one on Tuesday night that we saw that was caught by the center fielder in the first. It barely got over the wall by a foot, and the center fielder looked like she had a bead on it, but she just missed it.
Savannah Baker with the 1-1 pitch. That one stays down. Good by Landry. She laid off of it. We should be getting some scores from Mr. Lyle Boudreau. He's going to give us a Dutchtown hosting Sulphur.
That's right.
In game 1 at Griffin Park. That one misses inside. It'll be Mike Moeller and myself tomorrow on the call at 12 o'clock, game 2.
Yeah.
Sulphur and Dutchtown.
Right, we had to do a little shuffling just because the softball game moved up to Friday. We were expecting it to be on Saturday, but weather played an issue with that.
Counts 3-1 to Landry. That's a good looking pitch. Brings it to 3-2.
And they're also going to give you the scores from Benton hosting Sanama up in Bossier Parish. That's a long trip for the Gators, but they're ready for it.
Yeah, Gators 22 seed, upset the 11 seed. That was Central. Now you're going to play number 6 Benton. Talked to Coach Ricka. Coach Caleb Ricka worked on an article for the Advocate, and his team is playing with a ton of confidence right now, starting to play their best baseball as a season when you want to be playing your best baseball.
That's right, and you catch the right teams at the right time. They did that with Central because Central was struggling with their coaching issues and some confidence issues.
Good at bat by Landry. She draws a walk.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of really good at bats. Getting some full counts, fighting off some pitches. We saw that from East Ascension in the bottom of the first, and now we see one from Kendall Landry right there. Now you're going to get another Landry coming to the plate. Now you're going to have Mari Long coming in as a courtesy runner for Kendall Landry. You don't want your pitcher running the bases.
Pitcher and catcher, you give them a chance to get over there and go hydrate.
Yep.
So good start for the Gators here in the top of the second. They get a lead off on. Katie Landry, the first baseman, squared around the bunt, pulled it back, takes it for a ball.
She's got a couple of home runs on the season. She does have some power numbers, but you got Amari Long with 3 bags on the year. The corners are playing in pretty close. They're expecting possible bunt right here.
That's a strike called. That's Touye at third. Blanchard at first. They're crashing hard. Second baseman Bradbury's going to get over, cover the bag at first.
Yeah, you got to have really good reflexes if you're playing that third base spot and the first base spot as well, because that ball might come straight at you if she pulls back.
Oh, that ball hit Landry. That runner's going to go all the way to third, so the catcher, Stevens, was trying to throw it down to first, and just lucky that you had that cage in the front of that helmet, because that ball might have went right into her face.
Coach Tony had a quick word with the home plate umpire, wanting to know if maybe she was interfering right there, deliberately got in the way of the throw back to first, because they had Long doubled up and they were going to try to get her back at first. That was the throw right there. She was not going. You see it right there. I don't think that she was deliberately trying to obstruct anything right there.
Trying to make a snap throw to first, and it just caught Landry.
That's so instinctual, and it never really happens. It'll happen once in a blue moon. I don't think that was anything that was.
No.
But, that's just horrible luck for East Ascension right there. They've had a couple of situations right there where you have a runner at first, and then just the worst possible thing happens with a bad throw, or a throw where something gets in the way. And that's unfortunate. Now you got the runner at third with nobody out, and Sanama, I don't say they convert that every time, but they convert it a lot of the time.
Katie Landry, the sophomore. She'll dig back in. It counts 1-2. Hits that one deep into the outfield. I don't know if anybody will get to this one. It's gone. Landry clears the fence, and the Gators are up 3-0.
And that was hit a mile, and it's strange how fortunes can change, because she was there to lay down the bunt, and then you had that snap throw to first that she got hit by, and then the runner advances to third, so now the bunt is out of the equation, so she's just swinging away, and she goes yard.
Wow, what a swing.
And that is home run number 3 on the season. RBI is 22 and 23. And look how happy they are. And you know who's probably the happiest? The sister in the circle right there, Kendall Landry.
I would agree with that.
Thanks, sis. I needed that.
That'll bring up Kinley Trish, the left fielder. So Baker's got to settle down here. It's just 3-0. Still early in this game, top of the second inning. She's got to get back to throwing strikes, letting her defense play behind her. That was just an outstanding at bat by Landry.
Yeah, just a total change of fortune right here. You're expecting a runner on second with 1 out. Now 2 runs are in, and nobody's out.
2-0 count to Trish.
And we're going to get a timeout, and we may be going to Zenon early here. That's Coach Ron Porsche going to the circle, who I found out a couple of weeks ago is my cousin.
Related?
Yeah, we're distant cousins. I've known him for many years, and I was telling the story. I always say when we're not related, we've known each other for a long time, and we found out we weren't related. He came to me after the game and said, "Hey, Jeff, look at this." He had a big genealogy book because he's a genealogy guy.
So that would make him...
He's like my 15th cousin or something like that.
So he would be like the assistant mayor of Prairieville, because you're the mayor of Prairieville.
Oh, yeah. I've run unopposed for many years.
So Coach Porsche is finished with his discussion, trying to settle down Savannah Baker. Nice job coming up, throwing a strike after the coach goes talk to you.
That always happens, right?
Baker's a junior. Got a lot of good players coming back for both teams.
Absolutely. Now, the seniors are not a lot, especially on the Santa Maria side, but the ones that they're going to lose are key. But Santa Maria always can reload. Now, I think it might be harder for East Ascension, because when we look at their seniors and you're losing players like Touye and Creel and those girls, that's going to be hard to lose.
That pitch missed, 3-1. No outs here in the top of the second. That one stayed up. Trish draws a walk.
And here comes Zenon. That's not a surprise. Every time that we've done an East Ascension game on the game of the week, we've had a first or second inning pitching change. And if this holds to form, the pitcher who's coming in is going to do a pretty good job, because they've been in situations where they've been behind early and the starting pitcher hasn't had it. And twice it was Zenon who had started, and they pulled her in the first and brought in Baker, and she got the win in both of those games. And then the second time they played Prairieville, Baker got the start, she got pulled, and Zenon came in and she got the win. So
unlike in baseball, you could definitely see Baker back in this game.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt that if she can't figure it out, then they'll come right back to her. But they have both done a good job in the second half of this season. Their pitching has improved, as Baker had 13 wins on the season. Zenon has 7, but she actually has a better ERA. And they're both good strikeout pitchers. Zenon has 69 on the year. Baker has 78. So when they're in the zone, they're hard to hit. And Baker didn't give up but 2 hits. But she walked 3, and that was the difference so far.
Strike called on the outside corner. Good looking pitch. Zenon, she's a junior as well.
Yes. Stevens is a great 9-hitter. She's .333 on the season. A lot of times you don't think that number 9-hitter can do something, but she definitely can.
Down the count here, 0-2. Zenon's coming in here throwing strikes.
And that's what they need.
It's a good point by you. 3 base on balls by Baker.
Yep. And that was the difference. That first run was unearned.
0-2 pitch. Stayed out. 1-2. Not a bad miss right there by Zenon.
Now again, that 0-2 count, you got those pitches to waste, like we said. You're right about that, Troy. Just don't want to see one get away and get that runner to second.
That's strike 3 called. Zenon comes in, records a strikeout.
And that's what we've seen. It seems like the second pitcher is always the better choice every time that we've seen them this year, but you can never figure that out. You know, sometimes when you got two pitchers like Zenon and Baker who are so close, that sometimes you just got to roll the dice. You got to flip a coin sometimes.
Went on back to the top of the lineup. Ducote, she slaps that one. That's a fair ball. She's got a double, runner heading to third, and she's in there. Slap hitter Ducote beat it in the ground, gets down the third baseline.
And that's the second time she's done it on the first pitch both times. She had that line drive to the shortstop that ricocheted off her glove, and she wound up at third on the throwing error in that first inning, and that set the table. And now Sandoval is looking pretty good. You got one out, two more runners in scoring position. They're already up 3-0. Now,
two-hole hitter Causey. Yeah. She lined out to short last time.
But you got to be careful. She's a 4-17 hitter, and they're expecting her to slap her bunt right here. There's a lot of speed on the bases.
Strike called. Impressed with Zenon throwing the softball so far.
Yeah, and that was just, again, bad luck. You had a great placement on that bouncer by Ducote on the slap. And not much Touye could do about that.
Beat it into the turf. Get a big bounce. I looked like that was going to be a safety squeeze. She was not coming.
No. You're right about that, but she was able to get that second strike now. So that takes the potential bunt out of the equation.
Spartan infield is playing tight.
Yeah.
Not only at the corners, playing tight at short and second.
She is another one of those slap hitters.
Wasted one in the outside corner, stayed away from it. 1-2. Top of the third, 3-0. Lady Gators lead this one. That's a base hit. One run is in. Runner around third. Here comes the throw to the plate. Not in time. Ball gets by the cutoff. Blanchard all the way to the backstop. And coming through with 2 RBIs is Riley Causey.
And so you got 2 runs batted in right there on the base hit. And again, the infield playing in, got it past them. And that might have made a difference on whether that ball gets through or not. But then she reaches second on the error by the first baseman, who couldn't handle the throw, the cutoff throw in the circle. So Causey will advance to second, so you still have a runner in scoring position. Now it's 5-0.
Crooked number here in the second inning and picked up 4. Brooke Rabolet's up. She walked last time. She's a leader in home runs for the Gators.
And she's a leader in a lot of situations. You saw her call that timeout and get to the circle and calm everything down. And after that, they were able to get out the inning without giving up any runs.
Rabolet not only hits for power, she hits for an average, 519 on the season. That's a good-looking pitch for a strike.
Right, that's the leading hitter in terms of batting average on either team. And you know EA's got some hitters as well. And I will say this, the stats are genuine because her dad, Chad, gives us all the stats, although he's not inflating them. That's a legit base hits that she's getting.
Swing and a foul.
Sandoval always has a parent who keeps stats and gets them to Lyle Buder as fast as they can And once they know they have a game, they get them to us right away. And so we know exactly where they are.
1-2 count. Laid off it. Nice job by Ravely. That was above her hands.
Yeah, and that ball looks like a beach ball when you're going up there, when it's in your face.
There's one out in the inning. Count is even at 2-2. A lot of movement on that pitch, but it stayed out of the zone. Goes to 3-2.
That's good discipline from a three-hole hitter and your RBI person and your power hitter. She knows when not to chase a bad pitch.
All these Gator hitters are pretty disciplined at the plate. Stayed alive, fouled that one off. We'll do the 3-2 pitch again.
And that's in the strike zone, but she chased it off, and now she's waiting for her pitch.
Top of the lineup for the Gators, Cody and Causey, just a great combination. Cody as a leadoff has scored twice. Hit that one up to shoot. Shortstop should be able to make the play, and she does for the second out.
And I think she swung at ball 4 right there. That one looked a little high, but you still got to take a chance on it. But that wasn't one that she could do much with right there. So now you're one out away from getting out of this inning, and they need to do it right here.
That'll bring up Olivia Johnson, the third baseman. She had a sacrifice fly last time. Again, great plate discipline. They do not swing at pitches above the hands.
No, when you play Santamont, you got to play your best game because they're not going to make mistakes.
2 outs, runner at second. Big swing right there, swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1.
You got 4 runs in this inning, and the heroes are Katie Landry. She had the 2-run homer that made it 3-1, and then Riley Causey had a 2 RBI single that made it 5-1.
Rolled that one up there. It's got away from her.
And Avery Stevens did a good job keeping Causey from advancing to third right there.
2-1 count, 2 outs, runner at second. Visiting team leads it. The Gators lead it 5-0. Pop that one up. Shortstop says she wants it. And she's got it. So to get out of the inning, not before, they pick up 4 runs in the inning. They leave a runner on. Played a 1.5. Gators lead this one 5-0.
And on the Santamont side, you have Coach Amy Petrie, and she is the most successful active coach in any sport in Ascension Parish right now. She's got all those state championships. She's in her 10th season at Santamont, and she's 260, 255, 45-1 overall, 67-9 in district, and 26-4 in the playoffs. They got those championships in 2019, 2022, 2023, and 2024. And when you consider that there was no championship played in 2020 because of COVID, she actually won 4 and 5 seasons. So that's incredible. And, of course, where'd she coach before she came to Santamont? You know?
East Ascension.
That's right.
East St. John before that.
Yeah, she's got a legacy at both schools, as she has been a winner everywhere she's gone, but she has really won a lot with the Lady Gators, and she's 1 win away from going to Sulphur again. And when you look at it, 2022, 2023, 2024. She got there in 2025, so this could be 5 straight trips to Sulphur if they can hold this in.
I'm going to go on the limb, Jeff.
Yeah.
She's going to be Hall of Fame
Yeah.
when the career is over.
She's one of the best softball coaches, period, in active softball, no matter which level you play at.
And Rick, in her early stages over on the East Ascension side, she's gonna put a mark on this program.
Absolutely. She, one thing about that, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later. She inherited a team that was 2 years removed from a winless season.
2-0 count.
So think about that.
Pretty remarkable.
Yep.
Tiffany Z9. Pops that one up. See if the park can hold it. Oh, nice play by the second baseman over there for the out.
Yep. Tanner did catch that. I thought that Landry had a beat on it, but the wind kind of brought it back out to the field. She was headed toward the dugout, and Tanner did a good job coming behind her and making the play.
That'll bring up Avery Stevens. Attorney Xenon pops up to second base. Good looking pitch for a strike.
And this is a luxury to have in the 8-hole because she's the leading hitter on the Lady Spartans team, 434, just 7 points ahead of Touye.
Laid off of that one. Evens count at 1-1.
East Ascension's got to get something going here, get a runner on. If you can get a runner on and you can get Touye up to bat with a runner on base, that's a good chance for East Ascension to start a comeback right here.
As a strike. Took a little something off of that pitch. Counts 1-2. Landry strikes her out. He gets her first strikeout.
That's a big one right there. That's her first strikeout of the game, and that's striking out their leading hitter in terms of batting average. And now you're going to face the number 9-hole hitter.
Sakai Jackson, left fielder.
She's a good one. She's at 329.
Plays off of that one. Good plate discipline, 1-0.
And again, on deck, you got Touye, so you'd like to see Touye come to bat with somebody on base, with a duck on the pond.
Two-0. Rabelais will go out and talk to Landry.
And that's what she does. She always seems to calm her down. She knows the right spots to go and talk to her. And this is just a one-to-one conversation. I'm sure she might be saying some variation of what I was talking about. Just get this girl out, throw strikes, because you don't want the leadoff hitter coming up with a runner on base.
East Ascension, it's their highest seed since 2010 and 2011. And that was under head coach Amy Petrie, who's over on the Sandoval side now. Spartans with number 2 seed both of those years. Laid off of that one. 3-0.
So you're in danger of walking the number 9 hitter. We'll see if she can make a comeback right here.
Sandoval is the 5 seeds, the lowest since 2016 when they were a 7. That's a good strike. Gators have been a 1 or 2 seed 10 times since the LHSA began seeding teams in 2008. That's pretty remarkable.
Absolutely.
3-1 count.
You know, one thing I always talk about when we do a Sandoval game is if you got more, I'll talk about this after this pitch, ball 4. But when you have more images on your intimidator than LSU baseball has on their intimidator, you're doing something pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Back to the top, and a lot of you mentioned Caden Touye, Southeastern softball signee. Southeastern softball is on a roll right now.
Ask LSU how good they are.
They're up to like 35, 36 wins, I believe.
And they gave LSU fits last year in the regionals.
Missed outside 1-0. Lady Lions getting a good one here in Tullier.
Yep. You don't want to pitch around her and put her on base, but you don't want to give her anything good to hit either.
Came up and in there, 2-0.
Because you got Creel on deck. Creel's a good hitter as well. The top of the lineup for East Ascension is very dangerous.
Tullier flew out to right to lead the game off. Lead the bottom of the first inning, I should say. Takes a strike, 2-1.
Tullier, a 4-year starter, and every year she's hitting around 400, 500. The runner just moved to second while Landry was not paying attention.
Heads up play by Jackson. Landry was kind of in a zone there, thinking about the batter, and Jackson, I'm going to go ahead and swipe second base.
Yeah, nobody was at the bag either.
Played off of that one, 3-1.
And that's the one bad thing about that now is first base is open.
Right.
And so that might change a little bit of your thinking of what you pitch Tullier right here.
Tullier's ahead to count 3-1. She'll take ball 4. So runners at first and second, 2 outs.
Now Creel, she flew to center. That she was the one who was robbed of either extra bases or a home run.
Yeah, that was going to be a wall banger.
Yep. If she maybe had a protein bar in the dugout between innings, she might be able to get that little extra foot or two to take it out of here.
So looks like we're going to have a change here.
And so we're going to have a pitching change. You're right. And this is going to be Brentley Burke. Now, I don't think that Landry may be completely done because, like you said, pitchers can come back. But she's got to be a little tired. She had the complete game, 7-inning win against Dutchtown. And winning a game like that's going to take a lot out of you. And I think they're going to just see what Burke can do. She's got a better ERA by a point, 2.80.
She's sophomore as well. Pretty good when you can bring in.
Yeah, when you got 2 sophomore pitchers who are so strong, as you see Coach Tony right here. And we're going to talk about her next inning, but 3 straight quarterfinals in 3 years of coaching the system.
It's a big spot for EA right here.
Yeah.
You need to try to scratch something on the board. Trailing 5-0. A lot of softball to be played.
Yep. And you got your sluggers coming up. If you can mount some kind of rally here, because you got Creel, Blanchard, and Baker, but you got 2 outs as well. So she only needs to get 1 batter out right here.
That just missed.
That was close.
So 1-0. Spartans left 3 on in the bottom of the first. Big swing right there. Let's see if the second baseman can get to it. Right fielder's chasing as well, but it'll go out of play.
Yeah, it hit that Bermuda Triangle out there where the second baseman, first baseman, and right fielder converge. And none of them could get to the ball right there on time.
Counts even at 1-1. This inning started out pretty quiet.
Yep.
Zenon popped up. Stevens struck out. Jackson was able to draw a base on ball. Swipe second base when they wasn't paying attention. 2-1 count. Tullier walked.
Yeah, East Ascension's had 5 base runners in 2 innings, and they don't have a hit, which is kind of interesting.
Missed on the outside corner.
Z Jackson thought about.
She bluffed it.
Chasing.
She was hoping they threw it down to second. I think they threw it down. She was going to third.
Yep. Rabelais wasn't fooled.
She had a nice secondary lead after the pitch. That's a strike call, catches the inside corner.
Yeah, Creel thought she had ball 4 right there. I think she was not happy with that call.
Pop that one up to center field. Park's going to hold it. Twice, Creel has flirted with a home run. Able to get out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And again, 2 base runners left on. We completed 2. You score. The Gators lead it 5-0 over the Spartans on the Rev Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timelines. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
Rev Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzalez. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
Top of the third, you see the beautiful flag at Lady Spartan Field. Flags are flying from left to right. Xenon back on the hill. In the circle, I should say, for the Spartans. That ball's popped down the right field line. Right fielder says she's got it. And that's a nice play by Bradbury.
And it's not the first time we've seen Bradbury make a nice play. She does a great job in right fielder. She's the best defensive right fielder that I've seen this season in Ascension Parish. Defensively, for sure.
That'll bring up Kendall Landry. She's able to stay in the game even though she's not in the circle anymore.
Yeah, Burke will not be hitting.
Good pitch for Xenon for a strike.
You want to keep her bat in there because, like we said, I've said it like 3 times already today, she got a home run in that Dutchtown game.
She's walked and scored a run so far. Another good-looking pitch. 0-2. Tierney Xenon in relief of Savannah Baker. Swing and a miss. Got her down on strikes. Nice pitch by Xenon.
That's her second strikeout of the day in just an inning and a third of work. Her first batter she faced, Stevens, struck out, and now Landry is the second victim. You want to be careful with this hitter, though.
Katie Landry. Pops that one up. Shortstop. Stevens will take care of it. That's a quick inning right there. Good inning for Xenon. They go 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits. There were no errors and none left on.
And you know who needed that?
That lady right there talking to her team. You're going to talk about her right now.
Look, she's inspired. She's emotional, and she's fired up, and she wants to break that streak of not getting past quarterfinals. And look at her, 60-34, 18-16 district, 5-2 in the playoffs, and she's reached the quarterfinals every year. And she went to John Curtis.
Played a pretty good softball program, and obviously played at college at Northwestern.
Yeah, and she met a shortstop over there named Ryan Ricka, and now they're back here, and they're both doing a good job. Both of them had time at Dutchtown because Ricka Tony Ricca was the assistant under Nancy Ensminger before she took the job over here. And Ryan Ricca, her husband, who's the head coach at Santa Maria Baseball, was an assistant for Chris Shakesnyder and played at Dutchtown. So there's a Dutchtown connection with both of them, but you got EA and Santa Maria. So, I mean, everybody but Prairieville represented by the Ricca family, it seems like.
That'll be coming soon.
Yep.
There'll be some trees coming off of that.
Yep.
Lady Spartans trying to get something going here in the third inning. Pop that one up. That's Emma Blanchard. She was hit by a pitch in her first at bat. She swings the bat very hard.
Yes, she does. When she makes contact, look out.
Laid off of that one, evens the count at 1-1.
Made a mistake. I was saying Caleb Ricca. I said Ryan Ricca. I meant Caleb Ricca. There's so many Riccas out there. My goodness.
And all good players, too.
Yep.
They were all good players. The breaking ball stays down, 2-1. Big swing and a miss. Evens count at 2-2.
Blanchard hit by a pitch. Got all the way to third and was stranded. 5 base runners stranded in just 2 innings.
Laid off the breaking ball. Brings it to 3-2. That's a good job laying off of that pitch.
It's just some interesting numbers here so far because EA scoreless, don't have any hits, but they have 5 base runners. And they might get a 6 right here.
Right back at us, fouled it off. That's Bork in the circle.
Yep. And she's come in a couple of games that we've covered and done a really good job. Both of these teams have a luxury of having that second pitcher.
Yeah, that is a luxury. Staying alive at the plate.
You know, there was a time in the past when Santa Maria didn't need a second pitcher. If you had somebody like A.J. Jackson. But they need a second pitcher here, and Burke is up to the task so far.
Well, I tell you, there's so many good ones that have come through. Fouled out one past third.
I didn't know Coach Ricca had a little soccer experience in her either. Good footwork.
Swing and a miss, pull a string on her right there. Burke with a nice pitch to get the lead off.
That was a big one. She's faced 2 batters so far, and she's gotten both of them out. Creel hit that deep ball to center. That was her first batter, but she was able to keep her in the park, and now she comes back with a strikeout to start the third.
Got to bring up Savannah Baker, who stayed in the game after coming out of the circle. I love how they can be interchangeable there with the DP and the pitcher.
Yeah. There's a lot of versatility.
Yeah, allows you to keep your best players in the game.
Yep.
0-2 quickly.
Yeah, this game has picked up the pace. I was commenting that the first 2 innings took 55 minutes. Then we had a quick 1-2-3 top of the third, and Burke might get a quick out right here, but she does not see. She got a couple pitches to waste, right?
Yeah, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Nice job by Rabelais. Went up in the zone. Rabelais, she got a piece of it, but Rabelais, it sounded like from up here that she got a piece of it. Rabelais didn't hang on to it.
Yeah. It's a good job by Burke, and she looks like she was ready. Like I said, she hadn't pitched for a while because Landry went the distance against Dutchtown, and that was their first playoff game. So she hasn't appeared in the postseason yet until today.
Laid off of that one. 1-0. Ball's hit out in the left field, right at the left fielder. Didn't have to take but a couple of steps. So a quick inning for Burke. She puts him down in the bottom of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We completed 3. The score remains Santa Maria 5, East Ascension nothing. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timeline. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
Rev Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, the RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
All right, back at Lady Spartan Field. Head to the top of the 4th. Santa Maria leads at 5-0.
This is a big moment for East Ascension because you've got 8 and 9 coming up. And if you can get to that situation where you get to the top of the lineup with 2 outs, that could be a big deal.
Fouled that one off. Kinley Trish. She walked and scored. Tierney Zenon in relief of Savannah Baker. Pull the string on that one, 0-2.
And that's a good start. You gave up a couple of hits when Zenon came in after the initial strikeout, but after that she's retired 5 in a row.
A little slow ground ball to first. Blanchard will handle it. That one stayed in play. A little check swing.
Yeah, I don't
by
think
Trish.
It started out, but it had in the field, and it looked like it had that English that was going to kind of knock it out before it got to first base. But the first baseman Blanchard did a good job of grabbing it before it got there.
Madeline Stevens, she struck out in her first at bat. Zenon missed outside with a fastball. One and no count. Top of the 4th. That one. Zenon was asking where that pitch missed. It was close.
Yeah, it was. Got to be careful what you ask.
Yep, you can ask it the right way.
Yeah.
That's 3-0. Thought that would strike.
Yeah. This is a big deal because you got 1-2 coming up. Those
table setters,
slap hitters. You don't want to run her on base. You'll prefer 2 outs.
Typically don't want to walk the 9 hole either.
Yep.
That's a strike. 3-1.
Yeah, like I said, this is not a 9-hole hitter where somebody's hitting 185. This is a 333 hitter.
A lot of balance in this Gator lineup. Got the fastball. She got a piece of it, fouled it off. Zenon's battled back.
Stevens struck out her last at bat. She got caught looking. Don't think she'll let one go this time.
Payoff pitch to Stevens. Stays alive, fouls it off over the EA dugout.
I'll bring up one more thing that you talked about earlier. We have gone to the bullpen for both teams, but in both cases, it would not surprise me if we didn't see the starters come back at some point if Zeman gets tired here.
She drew a walk. That ball's out of the zone. Good at bat by Stevens.
Yeah, this is the same problem that Katie Landry got into, where she walked the 9-hole hitter in Z Jackson, and then she was out the game a couple of batters later. And now you got the 9-hole hitter in, and now you got Bailey Ducote, who is 2 for 2 and is on fire right now.
Single, double, scored 2 runs. Lays off of that pitch above the hands, 1-0.
Stevens has 3 stolen bases on the year, so she's not a huge stretcher, though. Corners are playing in, as you would expect.
Takes a strike on the inside corner. To the advantage of Ducote with those corners playing in, she can really slap it right over him, or she pounds it in the ground.
Yep. And she can hit him between that short. It's not a very big hole there between short and third, but she can find it.
Squared around to bunt, laid off of it. 2-1. She's a tough out.
Oh, absolutely. For so many years before her, you had Mackenzie Elisar, who was doing that and was outstanding, and she is just as good at this point in her career.
Got her down on strikes. Nope, check that. That's second strike. 3-2. 2-2. Lost track of my strikes right there.
It's all right. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with the umpire since he's so quiet about calling the strikes.
2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called.
That's huge. Anytime you can get Ducote out, that's a win.
So 2 outs in the inning for Riley Causey. She's got a single. She lined out to short.
Yeah, she's got a couple of RBIs on the day in that 2-hole. She's not in a position right now to drive one in.
Pop that one up. Second baseman makes a nice play. I think we did getting a scoring update from Santa Maria Baseball. Good start for the Gators. They put up 3 runs off the top of the first inning.
And when we look at Santa Maria, their softball team, and you see in the middle there Brooke Rabelais, the catcher, and she's one of their senior leaders. But then it's that 1, 2, 3 top of the lineup right there, Bailey Ducote and Riley Causey as well. And so, you know, this is a young team. Amy Petrie says that all the time whenever we talk. We got a really young team, but that 1, 2, 3 is going to be hard to replace, and they're all really great players. But she finds a way. But this is a team. These girls have never not been to Sulphur. What do you want to think about that?
Yeah, I mean, you are right. I mean, that's 3 really good players, but they play freshmen, they play JV, they get a lot of experience.
They have a chance to make their 5th straight trip. I'm sure they know the way.
Yeah, nobody needs to give them directions.
Yep.
It's time for the Spartans to make a move here. Madison Stevens will lead off the bottom of the 4th.
Burke has gone 4 up, 4 down. Fly out, strikeout, strikeout, fly out. She came in with 2 outs in the second in relief of Kendall Landry.
Missed up and out, 1-0.
This game, the pace and the scoring has changed a lot. You had those runs early, and the first 2 innings took almost an hour. Now we were getting 3 up, 3 down, maybe a base runner here or there, and this game has settled into a much calmer pace.
2-0 count. You know that ball was up. That's been a ball all day.
Yep.
Not giving those up and downs.
They're fairly consistent.
Now he catches just enough.
Yeah, we hadn't seen a lot of those outside left batter's box strikes, but he got it right there.
That one's up, and that's ball 4. So Stevens gets a walk. It's a good start.
Yep. That's base runner number 6 without the help of the hit.
Tierney Zenon. She popped up to second. Her last at bat.
Probably in a situation where she's going to be swinging away.
That's a good pitch. Catches the inside corner.
She couldn't have done anything with that.
Yeah. That's a great pitch.
Down 5, you're not trying to get 1 run in. You need to get 2 or 3 here right now, so probably no sacrifice. But look at that.
Got away from her. She'll throw to first. Not in time. Has an arrow.
So I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. No, you would think at that point, you're down 5. You're not going to give an out away.
Yeah. And that's something you don't see. Not only them maybe trying to drop one right there because Zenon isn't the fastest runner they got, but also that you don't see Sandoval make an error in a clutch situation like that. But they got it.
Coach Petrie will go out and talk to Burt. Riley Bourgeois, she'll courtesy run.
Yes.
So I mentioned before the inning, it's time for the Spartans to make a move.
Yep.
And they've done it here. Now they got to scratch some runs across.
And that's base runner number 7, and that reached on an error. So they've gotten base runners via the walk, via the hit batter, and via an error on the sacrifice attempt. And Coach Amy Petrie, she's talking to the home plate umpire, but again, she's relaxed. She's been in this situation before, and she knows that her team is still in great shape if they can just settle down.
Avery Stevens struck out her first time. That ball's going to find grass. Runner to third will be there. She had to hold up, and the bases are loaded.
And that's the first hit of the day for the Lady Spartans, and that's a timely hit. And not only am I going to tell you that the 8-hole hitter got that base hit, but now you got the bases loaded with nobody out as you're going to get another courtesy runner, number 25, Chloe Johnson. But that puts you in a situation with the bases loaded where you got your leadoff hitter on deck. So as long as Jackson can do something positive here, you're going to get a shot with Touye in a big moment.
Hezekiah Jackson walked last time, stole a base when they didn't pay attention to her. Takes one up, 1-0. She's a spark at the bottom of this lineup.
Yes. Again, both of these teams have 9-hole hitters who can do some damage.
2-0, no room to put her on the bases here. They're full of Lady Spartans, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th. Spartans trying to make a move here. They trail it 5-0.
She had faced 4 batters before this inning started, got them all. Now she hasn't retired anybody so far. in this inning.
Took a big hack there, fouled it off. Jackson's ahead in the count, 2-1. That one's inside, 3-1.
Yeah, that was a close pitch, but at this point, the umpire may want to see if she can prove it right here.
I would probably be taking one here.
I think so.
That strike, good pitch.
Similar placing from that other pitch.
I think she was taken.
Yeah, there was no doubt. With Touye on deck, don't hit into a double play. Don't make a mistake.
Big pitch from Burke here. Bases loaded. Swing and a miss. Got her down on strikes. What a big pitch.
Yeah, she needed that, and that's her third strikeout in relief today. But now this is the tense moment of the game, because you got somebody who can make this game 5-4 on one swing.
Yeah, this is the person you want up. She's 0 for 1 today. She flew out to right. She walked. Lays off of that one. Good plate discipline. Stayed above the hands, 1-0.
Yeah, she's not going to be taking a lot of pitches unless they're just not in the strike zone. She will be swinging away for sure.
That's a good pitch. Stayed away from her, but caught the plate.
Yeah, you could tell just by her body language, she thought very hard about going for that one.
That one stayed down, 2-1.
Nowhere to put her right here.
One out in the inning, bases loaded. Big cut, swing and a miss.
She was trying to hit it to the baseball field right there.
I think she was trying to hit that one to airline.
Yeah, no doubt. That might have gone with a flagpole.
Spartan fans are ready to erupt. They just need something good to happen here. Hit down the right field line. Can she get to it? She does. Runner tags. Throw it to the plate. That'll score. Runners will advance.
And that's a positive for East Ascension, because now they're on the board, and it cuts it to a...
Wow. They're going to say she left.
Yeah, all the runners advanced, but they're going to say the runner at first tagged early.
Do we have that replay? Let's see if we can take a look at the replay. First base coach for East Ascension not happy.
No, watch the runner at first.
Yeah, she left early. She left early.
Way early. And
that's a good call.
And you don't do that to an Amy Petrie team, because she's not sleeping on you. She's going to see that, and that's going to end the inning.
The run will score. The run will score to make it 5-1. So we need to take a break.
Yes.
5-1, your score. We'll be back. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's the Rev Game of the Week.
Global industries rely on GIS for design, construction, fabrication, and more.
At GIS, we rely on REV Business for all of our internet connectivity. REV's dedicated fiber network fuels all of our client work and project timelines. Our large CAD files require a ton of bandwidth, and we communicate in real time with no lagging. REV connects us to the world with incredible speed and reliability. They really know how to drill down.
REV Business. Fiber internet, phone, video. Visit letsrev.biz.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzalez. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
This is the play that ended the last inning. There was a fly to right Tuyate. The sacrifice fly scores, but you can see clearly umpire was on top of it. She left early, and that ended the inning right there, and that was a big call, but it was the correct call.
Yeah, and if you know umpiring, they're not going to reverse or make a decision like that unless it's obvious, unless they absolutely saw it, and you could see it right there. It was a definite out right there. She did leave early.
Swing and a miss right there. That's number 8, Brooke Rabelais, leading the inning off. She's 0 for 1 today. She popped up, and she walked. Swings a big bat.
I think what helped was she did it in front of the Santa Maria dugout, so you know somebody saw it.
That ball had a lot of movement on it, stayed out of the zone.
Well, the Santa Maria coaching staff and her players, they know what to look for. They're watching every part of the field.
This staff has been together
Yeah.
quite a long time.
Yep. So many years. You talk about that staff. You got Amy Petrie, but then Daryl Landry's been with her all the way back to the EA days. She was showing me pictures of, hey, look at us. Look at us coaching at EA.
He's got head coaching experience.
Yep. Then you got Daniel Landry, Daryl Landry, Mark Mayer, Cliff Kleber, and Brooke Ellisar.
Cliff Kleber's got head coaching experience.
Yep.
Mark Mayer's a long time. He's actually a graduate of Ascension Catholic, my alma mater, but he's a long time assistant coach here. That's strike, nice breaking ball by Zenon. Top of the 5th. Rabelais leading it off. 2-2 count. Laid off of that one.
Not to belabor the point, but that's unfortunate because you would have had 2 outs, but you still had your 2, 3, 4 hitters still potentially coming up in Creel, Blanchard, and Baker.
Yeah, runners at second and third. It would have been because everybody tagged.
It could have been a much different ball game.
Lead off walk by Rabelais. Good at bat.
Yep, discipline from that 3-hole hitter. Now you got Johnson and you got Rockford coming in to run. And this is a situation where you might see a little movement, even though this is your cleanup hitter. Because every run is important right now.
Johnson's got a sac fly in this game.
Oh, swinging away.
Big cut right there.
The corners were not in, but they were ready. They were ready to pounce on in case she squared.
Coach Ricker's got to love the 2 zeros that Zenon's put up.
Yes. They needed that.
Pop that one up. I think it's going to get out of play. They do have a lot of real estate down that right field line.
Yeah. And if that ball is anywhere in Bradbury's reach, she's going to get it because she is fast and she is aggressive on defense. But that ball just in that Bermuda Triangle, I like to call it.
We did get a Dutchtown baseball score after one. They lead it 1-0 right across town over at Griffin Field over Sulphur.
Good news for both teams in baseball. You got those 2 teams still alive, and then you got the Walker Live Oak head-to-head. Walker won the first game last night.
1-2 count. Big cut. Knox files it out of play.
So you got Rockford, the usual courtesy runner over at first base. She's got 2 stolen bases, and she's a smart base runner.
That's a big fly ball. I don't think the Park's going to hold this one.
Over the scoreboard.
Johnson, that one, when it left the bat, you knew it was gone.
RBIs 2 and 3 on the game for Olivia Johnson. And now that third out on the early tag up really looms large, because now it's a 7-1 ball game.
Big fly, 2 big flies in this game. A 3-run homer and a 2-run homer.
And that's home run number 6 and RBIs 36 and 37 for Olivia Johnson. And Coach Tony gives some instructions to the team meeting in the circle. Zenon's going to stay in the game. But this game is starting to
separate just a little bit
towards Santa Maria. You're right.
A lot of ball left to be played. Still at least 3 at bats for the Spartans. Squared around, pulled it back. You big players make big plays in big games, and that's what you need. You get 2 big swings today that'll provide you with 5 runs. That was a no-doubter.
Yep. Absolutely. You don't see a lot of balls go over the scoreboard.
That would stayed out 2-0.
So yes, you mentioned you've seen a couple of those. Katie Landry had one in the 2nd, and Olivia Johnson just got one in the 5th. So Coach Ron Porsche talking to the home plate umpire, saying there's a 2-0 count, and I think that we may see something else happen. You also have the potential of Creel coming in the circle.
Coach Porsche talking to Zenon. Make sure she's locked in on this hitter right here.
Yeah.
Seven to 1, the Gators lead it.
This game is hanging by a thread right now. You can't give up any more runs.
Zenon waiting. She's got the sign. That one's out of the zone.
Oh, no. Late call.
Strike called.
I was wondering too. You got a 6-run lead right here, and this game is not out of reach for sure. And you know why I know that? Because a couple of weeks ago, Santa Maria had a 6-run lead on Dutchtown. The bottom of the 7th with 1 out, and they gave up 7 runs. So it has happened. So this game is not out of reach.
So check swing foul. Levels the count at 2-2.
But you know how many times I've seen that happen? And I've watched a lot of softball. 1 time.
Two count. Top of the 5th. I don't know how she laid off of that pitch.
Close.
Makes it 3-2. She laid off of a very good pitch.
And you got Landry and Landry coming up. You know they can hit.
Stays alive, fouls that one out of play right over the top of us.
Just staying alive, that's all you got to do.
Did we get I think we did get a Santa Maria update?
Yeah, let me see.
Gators led that one 3-0 early.
Yeah, 4-3 Benton.
Wow, Benton has battled back.
Yep. Boy, we a couple of years ago, we had a quarterfinal between Benton and Santa Maria, where Santa Maria lost game 3, 1-0 on a balk. I think I remember that. Yep. It was a tough loss for the Santa Maria Gator program.
Walk by Tanner. That'll bring up, you mentioned Kendall Landry. He's popped up and walked. pulled it back. 1-0.
So Kendall Landry, walking strikeout, had the home run yesterday, or excuse me, Tuesday. And then you got Katie with a home run today. Gets to 9-1. It's going to be tough.
2 yays. Goes over to talk to Zenon. Settles her down. One and 0 count to Landry. Big cut. Fouled it off. Going back to that out that was called on the early, boy, I tell you what, I think it leads to this broadcast having 3 cameras on this broadcast. I mean, you pick that up.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other broadcasts you may see out there, you're not going to have that many cameras.
Yep. And, I'm glad we could give that to y'all. That's a long drive.
I think the Park's going to hold it. Jackson's got it.
Absolutely. That ball was hit a mile high. May have held it up.
So you got one Landry out. You're going to try to get the other one. And she's got a home run today.
Yep. That's a good job of getting that out right there, because you cannot give up any more runs right now. Because the outs are limited right now. Only 9 left to go for East Ascension.
Right back to her. She'll go to second for 1. Throw over. Not in time. Got the lead run. Fielder's choice for Katie.
Yeah, I think she's a little frustrated with herself right there. Kind of a check swing. And you saw her, she's just like, oh boy, why did I do that? So she reaches on the fielder's choice. I think she had a little buyer's remorse right there.
How to bring up Kinley Trish. He's been tough in the bottom of the lineup. Scored a run. Takes a nice cut.
That's a big out. The thing that East Ascension needs is some positive things and some breaks to go their way. And they got one right there with a little check swing. Almost a double play.
That one will get by. Not allow the runner to go to second.
So now Trish, 287 hitter. Not a long ball threat, not an extra base threat, but a good single hitter.
Count is level at 1-1. Good job.
Yep.
By the catcher, keeping it in front. Avery Stevens, then allow the runner to move to third. Big swing and a miss right there. Levels it at 2-2.
Good comeback by Zenon. She gave up that home run to Johnson, but since then she got the walk and the fly out and the fielder's choice. So she's kind of settled things down for the Lady Spartans.
Swing and a miss. Got her down on strikes, but not before the big shot. 2-run homer. Adds 2 more to it. They leave 1 on, but they pick up 2 on the home run. That makes it 7-1.
And the East Ascension seniors have got to do something right here. And look at all these girls right here. They got a big senior class. Hartley Berthelot, Z Jackson, Caden Touye, Mackenzie Creel, Avery Stevens, Madison Stevens, and Cameron Bennett. So this is EA's shot. You're going to lose 7 girls, and all those girls play big parts on the team. So these girls have got to kind of take that leadership role and fight these Lady Gators and try to get a comeback because they're 9 outs away from their careers being over. They don't want to end it like this.
No, this is – you're at the quarterfinals. You're knocking on the door.
Yep.
You've been knocking on the door the last couple of seasons under Coach Ricca. To get back to Sulphur, to get there, that's where every team – that's their goal when they start the season. Santa Maria, they know the way there, as we mentioned. So – but this East Ascension program, they still got some more fight in them, and they're not going anywhere. I think Coach Ricca's going to have this program continue to go in the right direction.
Yes, I mean she's done such a good job, and she's a great coach, and she had these girls there as sophomores when they were young, and when you got young players like that, it's the coaching that leads you to the quarterfinals. At this point, you got the talent that leads you there, and they have to step up.
Popped it up to shoot. I think it's going to get out of right in front of us. He evens the count at 1-1. Now check that 0-2.
Yeah. Again, that's hard. Even though we're right behind the umpire, it's still hard to see because he doesn't really shout it out.
It's a delay.
He doesn't shout out. We got the window open. We still don't hear it.
Creel. She called time.
Yeah, and she's been several feet away, just a few feet away from going deep twice today.
Laid off of that one, 1 and 2.
Both of them to center field. Madeline Stevens robbed her twice. And that's the luck that we were talking about. Just a few extra feet, and those could be home runs right there, and it could be a completely different game. And, Santa Maria has had those breaks, and EA has not.
Upstairs. She was down 0-2, now it's 3-2. Payoff pitch coming to Mackenzie Creel. Trying to get something going here in the 5th.
Oh, she wants that swing back. The chased one. And that's strikeout number 4 for Brindley Burke in relief of Kendall Landry.
Comes up the big hitter Emma Blanchard. Takes a strike.
Blanchard and Baker in the 5th. Still to come up here.
That one stay way outside.
This is EA's best hitters in what could potentially be their last or second to last chance to do something here.
Unless they can turn the lineup over.
Yep.
Good play, this one laid off of that one.
This is where you start to think about how many outs do we have left, because we're down to 8. And when the number of outs remaining and the lead are close, a 6-run lead and 8 outs to go.
Base hit to left field. Kept her hands back right through the zone. Pretty job of hitting right there by Blanchard.
Absolutely, and they needed that. Not only to get base runners, but to move this lineup around, because if you're gonna come back, you gotta get back to that top of that lineup. So you need some people to get on base.
Blanchard only a sophomore.
Yeah, she's one of the future stars of this team.
How to bring up Baker. Baker takes a big hack right there, fouls it all.
Next year, you're going to return Blanchard and Baker. And so if you think this EA team's going to go away, they're not.
You return Xenon as well.
Yep.
That's a big fly, but I think the park will hold it. It was loud when it came off the bat, but it just kind of hung up there.
Last 2 balls that have gone deep to left look like on contact, they were going to go further than that.
And look at the flags out there. If we can get a shot of the flags, I think that wind held that one up.
Absolutely. It's blowing towards right field now.
That ball was hit well. Adeline Bradbury. 1-0. Lays off of that one. He makes that 2-0.
So now you've got Johnson, who hit a home run earlier in the inning, goes to Burke and settles her down a little bit. Now we got a timeout. And Coach Tony is going to ask for some help from an umpire.
Yeah, I think something's going on in the outfield out there along the fence. Got a lot of folks leaning over the fence out there.
Yeah, it's interesting because this is the second game in a row on Tuesday night over at
probably not supposed to be standing right there.
Where are they standing?
On the fence.
Oh, okay. No, get off the fence.
Yeah, he's got to get down.
But like you've had standing room only, and on Tuesday night they were all in the outfield as well.
It's a good looking pitch for a strike. He's actually in play right now where he's standing.
Yeah. You got the horns, you got the bells.
Was that us?
It feels like a World Cup match or something like that a little bit with all the noise and the cheering.
I think these fans are getting to see two really good teams.
Yep.
Two teams that are definitely both deserving and capable of going to Sulphur. He was kind of 2-2 in that foul.
It's really a shame. I talked about that earlier, that Dutchtown, Santa Maria, and EA are all good enough to be in Sulphur this year. And the way it worked out, you had 12, 5, and 4, so they all meet before they get to Sulphur. And that's just unfortunate.
A lot of Ascension Parish on one side.
Yep. It's strange because there was a similar thing in baseball with 5-5A, because last week Prairieville played Live Oak, and in the winner of that one, who was Live Oak, they're playing Walker this week. It's strange how that works out.
Draws a walk. Bearberry's been on twice today.
Shortstop, number 2, Madison Stevens.
I'll bring up Madison Stevens, the shortstop.
And you got first and second. You could make this a 7-2 or 7-3 ball game with extra bases.
Now it stayed up in the zone.
East Ascension has had 8 base runners today who have not scored, and they only have 1 hit on the day.
Foul that one off. Levels are kind of 1-1.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. They need something good to go their way. They need a clutch hit. They need a mistake to happen their way. They need a lucky bounce, something to get back in this ball game.
Good eye to lay off of that one. That's a strike call?
Oh, it was.
Spartan faithful not real happy with that one.
Yeah, I'd already marked. That's like the 4th or 5th time I've marked a ball that they called a strike.
Stayed alive.
I mean, they're in the strike zone. We just don't know what they're calling. They look like borderline pitches from back here, and you just don't know sometimes.
Officials, umpires, you name it, they have the toughest jobs out there.
Yep.
That's a base hit. Runner around third should score. Big 2-out hit right there.
And maybe that's the break they need.
Stevens gets the RBI.
Now the plate, your pitcher,
Bradbury will stay at second.
Terry Zenon.
Zenon's up.
And she's got a chance to get her team a little bit closer.
2 on. Nice pitch. Splits the plate, 0-1.
Since the second inning, after the second inning, this game has been 2 runs apiece.
Big cut fouls it off.
The big difference in the ball game was that second inning when Katie Landry got that home run and Riley Causey got the 2-out base hit.
A 3-run fly and 2-run fly to 2 home runs.
Yep. Yep, all 6 of the 7 were on long balls.
Pops that one up. That should end the inning, and it does. Spartans do pick up a single run on 2 hits. No errors. 2 left on. We completed 5. 7-2. Gators lead this one. We'll be back after this timeout. It's the Rev Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
I'm Duke Gronowski, and I love being a customer of REV. I was with one of the big guys, and I just wasn't getting the service that I expected. With 5-star customer service, I knew I'd be in great hands with REV. So moving into my first home, having technology that worked smoothly and worked every time was very important to me. I do a lot of virtual calls online, conference calls, and it's important for me not to have those calls buffering, or paused, or anything like that. And the speed is great. The bandwidth is there. Switching to REV Fiber Internet was a no-brainer to me.
All right, back at Spartan Field as we head to the 6th inning. We got some scoring updates. Dutchtown still leads at 1-0 in the 3rd inning over Sulphur in that best-of-3 series over at Griffin Park. And Benton has picked up 6 runs so far over Sanamaw in their matchup up in North Louisiana.
They're a tough team. We know that. We've seen them down here take a series from the Gators. And right here, you got the Lady Gators, who are 6 outs away from making it to Sulphur. So we have 9-1-2 due up. I believe that's a pinch hitter, though.
Yep, we'll get that number. Number 36.
Okay, that's Hudson Bowler.
So Bowler will pinch hit. One and 0 count.
This is in Stevens' spot.
Strike called. Right below the numbers.
Bowler has a home run on limited action this year.
Swing and a miss, pulled a string on that one, 1 and 2.
And again, that 9 hitter is so important for Sanamaw. So Zenon's got to get her out just so you have somebody out before that 1-2 combo comes in.
Yeah, with Ducote and Causey. They've been a menace today. They've been on base quite a bit. Swing and a miss. Got her down on strikes.
Big out right there. Like I said, now you got your top of the lineup with 1 out. And that was strikeout number 4, make it 5 on the day for Tierney Zenon.
Nice strike to Dakota. Cody struck out last time, but she was 2 for 2 before that. Single and a double, scored 2 runs.
And Dakota just always seems to get on base somehow.
Takes a strike. 0-2.
Yeah, those outside pitches, it's hard for her to push that down the third baseline.
Cody will battle here. She's down to count 0-2. Slaps it. She's so good at that.
Yeah, but you see those outside pitches right there? When you're reaching out for that, there's not a lot of room to make it fair. That's just hard.
She's really crafty with it. God bless your partner.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
(0-2) count to Dakota. Top of the 6th. Staying alive.
All right. Just got to keep that voice going for 2 more innings. It's been a long year, and we're on the final weekend here on REV
How many
Sports.
games covered?
About 105. Now, we've done a lot. I've done a lot. I'm the utility guy. I get to do football, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, you name it. Everything but swimming. That's not my thing as much.
Rev does a great job of covering sports. Stayed off of it.
Boy, they got excited. They thought they got back-to-back strikeouts on her.
Yeah, it looked out.
Yeah, it was. But I heard the scream when it hit the mitt. I heard a couple of, yeah, but nope, not quite.
Pop that one up. Good play by the center fielder. It's Johnson.
Yep, Bertha Lott right there. Watch her on the replay. Good job. Just waiting. A lot of your tendency is to step back right there, but she waited for a second, saw that it was coming in, and made her move.
That was Bertha Lott, I'm sorry. Number 31. Pop that one up. Easy play. Got him out of the inning. Nothing doing for the Gators. Score remains 7-2. And we talked about all the games we do, Jeff. And not many left, but talk about our upcoming game right there.
Yep, and that's going to be you and Mike Moeller, as I have a prior engagement, so I'm glad you could step in this weekend. You got Sulphur playing at Dutchtown, and that's going to be game 2 of the best of 3 series, and we hope the weather is going to cooperate. Right now, they're in game 1. And you had that score. Dutchtown was up, right? 1-0, I think it was.
Yes.
And so we are getting a notification from Andre Chapoy that this is game 59.
Tomorrow, number 60.
Yeah. So and I've probably done about 2/3 of them, it feels like. So I've done my share, and I'm grateful to Rev and Lyle and everybody who keeps on bringing me back. And I really enjoy doing this and bringing this to you, and just a great thing to do. And Troy, we're lucky to have you this weekend.
A small part of it.
My daughter, I have a daughter who's a senior in high school, so this weekend is a tough one because we're going to LSU to sign our paperwork. So my daughter's going to be a Tiger just like me, so we got to do that tomorrow.
So from a hurricane.
Well, she's actually at Dutchtown.
That's right, she's at Dutchtown.
Yeah, she was at. She didn't come with me.
She said, "Dad, you go. I'll stay."
Yeah. So, yeah, I have commitments and friends at all the schools. It seems like I know a lot of people at Santa Monica as well, and I have a lot of good friends at all these places.
Avery Stevens to lead it off.
Yeah, I don't really pull for anybody, but I just love a good game, and the two good teams playing, and we get a lot of that here in Ascension.
Strike call, levels it at 1-1.
And one interesting thing, like we talk about Amy Petrie and we talk about Coach Tony. Oh, guess that's foul. If you coach somewhere in this parish, you probably coach somewhere else in this parish, or taught somewhere else in this parish, or whether an administrator somewhere else in this parish, because there's so many people here, and we've had so many schools that have gone online over the years that it just seems to be that way.
Stayed off of that one, brings it to 3-2. That's a base hit down the left field line. Making the big turn, standing up with a double. Number 55, Avery Stevens. She's got 2 hits today.
That's a big job from that 8-hole spot, because we were wondering whether the top of the lineup would get another chance, and with these base runners they've been getting and that run they scored in the 5th, they're going to get another chance.
How to bring up Jackson.
Z. Jackson at the plate.
She's 0 for 1 today. She's got to walk. So you can't score 5 runs on 1 swing here, but you got to get you need base runners.
No. But you know who can score some on 1 swing is the people coming up after Z. Jackson.
Yeah, she needs to turn over that line. She needs to get on base right here and turn the line up over.
Yep. And like you said, we've seen these games where teams have made big comebacks this year. We've seen a 6-run comeback.
There's a bunt. Oh, she catches it. Nobody's going to be home right there, so not going to be able to double up Stevens at second.
Yeah, that's a big break right there that nobody was on second base, because she was halfway to third. And you hate to see that in the air. Anytime somebody drops a bunt, that's the worst thing you can do is get it airborne.
I think that's Coach Landry going out to speak to Bork.
Yeah.
We hadn't really talked about Bork a lot, but she came in and settled down.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that Kendall Landry was throwing terribly,
Yeah.
but they just wanted a different look.
You know, she's a little tired. Like I said, she had a big emotional game on Tuesday against Dutchtown, because she had pitched a couple of weeks ago and she got the loss against Dutchtown in that 12-11 7-run comeback. And so I'm sure that she had a lot of energy and adrenaline going for that game, because she wanted to win that game so badly and get that and make up for that loss. And that takes a lot out of you. You're coming back 3 days later to pitch in a quarterfinal game.
Absolutely. So a runner at second, 1 out for Touye. Touye lays off of that one, 1-0. I'd like to give congratulations to Ascension Catholic Lady Bulldog Softball. They punched their ticket to Sulphur.
All right.
Over across the river in Donaldsonville. They beat Sheep Creek 6-4.
So Ascension's going to have 2 teams.
Yep, at least 2.
You got one guaranteed right here.
Big cut by Touye right there. Came up empty, 1-2. One-two count. Strike 3 called. Touye didn't like it.
No, she thought it was high. Anything close, you got to protect the plate. If you think it's even in the vicinity,
you got to protect.
Yep.
So 2 outs for Creel.
And more importantly, it's 4 outs away for the day.
Yeah, the runner at second really means nothing to Sandoval. They just want outs. They'll trade an out for a run, I promise you. Ball's up in the zone. Took a healthy hack, fouled it off. Pop up to the second baseman. She's got it. Burke able to wig out of trouble right there. No runs. Puts up a 0 right there. So we completed 6. 7-2. Gators knocking on the door trying to get to Sulphur. It's the Rev game of the week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
My name is Kiwanda Joshua, and I've been with REV for many, many years. I grew up in Ascension Parish, and REV has always been a part of this community, and everywhere we go, we see REV. The people at REV just understand Louisiana. Internet service is so fast, reliable, and I get a lot of stuff done with no interruptions. For me, fiber internet from REV is super fast. It's like swoosh. I can highly recommend REV. I've been with them all my life.
All right, back at Lady Spartan Field. Sun starting to set here, and the emotions are high between these two teams because Sandoval, they're 3 outs away from going back to Sulphur. East Ascension still with life in this game.
Yep, and not only is there a shot at Sulphur on the line, we're talking to Eric Brownfield, who is one of the most knowledgeable people about EA history. And I'll mention this after this next pitch. Sandoval has won 29 straight by his knowledge against East Ascension. The last win by EA over Sandoval is in 2011.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
That is just hard to do, and there's a lot of close games. Rabelais fouls it off, but that just tells you how consistent this Sandoval program has been.
And, when you talk about that, you know who lost a lot of those games at EA? Amy Petrie.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The Sandoval program is bigger than all that, it seems like. Doesn't matter who's coaching, doesn't matter who's there, who's in the field. They're just dominant in softball.
Yep, I think the Gators look at Sulphur as a home.
Yeah. Amy just came here and took it to another level with the state championships. And there's a strikeout.
Nice pitch. I think you go back to Coach Scott Nielsen, who's outstanding.
Yep. And when you talk about that winning streak goes back to 2011, then that means that East Ascension has never been Amy Petrie either. So it's interesting because Amy Petrie lost a lot of those to Sandoval, but then once she got to EA, she didn't lose again.
Olivia Johnson. That one stayed down, 2-0. Good shot of Zenon.
She's done a commendable job.
She's battled today.
Yeah. This game was in danger of unraveling when she came in. And she's held it together.
That rise ball stays up. Three, no count. Good looking pitch. Brings it to 3-1. That large senior class from East Ascension just trying to hang on here. They want to keep playing softball.
Yep. They would love to get there one time.
Ball stays outside. So lead-off walk for Johnson.
And regardless of the outcome of this game, one thing that the senior class has done and one thing that Coach Tony has done is the culture at East Ascension softball is back where it needs to be. Like I said, before Coach Tony, they were a couple of years away from having a winless season. This program was not where it needed to be. It was not healthy. And now they are so close.
That's Aubrey Schmidt. She'll get an opportunity to run the bases. So Coach Porsche giving a little encouragement to Zenon.
And when one team calls timeout, the other team takes advantage of it. And had instructions for the courtesy runner. So Schmidt may be on the move here with Tanner at the plate. And one out.
Strike, there you go. Good call, Joe. She'll swipe the bag.
Yep. And she was off immediately.
She had a nice jump.
Yep. And now with the one out, she can score on a base hit, but you also have the option of moving her to third right here with Kendall Landry on deck.
Reed's ball in the dirt. Nice read.
Well, you don't have to lay down a bunt.
Nice read. Angle of the ball. Didn't hesitate. Took the bag.
And they're that close to getting an insurance run.
Count is even at 1-1. Popped him up. Don't think this will be deep enough.
Definitely not.
Creel makes the catch.
Big out.
And that'll bring on one of the Landry twins.
Yep. The one who hasn't homered today. The one who homered Tuesday.
1 out runner at third. Takes a strike, 0-1. Pop this one up. Woo! That's going to be an error. Just miscommunication right there.
Yep. It looked like the shortstop was going to call for it. Then she had second thoughts, and the left fielder raced in. Look, the shortstop looked like she was there, and then she walked away, and the left fielder was making a move, and then he just fell between her and the center fielder.
Yeah, just didn't communicate right there, and just.
Yeah, that was just a tough one, and that's a insurance run. 8-2.
Katie Landry. She's got a home run today. She was asking the umpire, telling the umpire it hit her, and the umpire said, no, it didn't.
Yeah, it looked close. I don't think it hit her. It might have hit her shirt or come close to it.
That's a breaking ball over for a strike.
Now, again, what's on the line here is sulfur. And when we go between innings, we can talk about what the route is once you get there.
That one stays down, 2-1. Good looking pitch. Pull the string again right there. Breaking ball, 2-2.
Got to get this third out right here, and I want to get it to 9-2.
Laid off of that one. I don't know how she laid off of it.
Yeah, again, you're in that protect mode with 2 strikes, and caught a break that the umpire didn't call it right there.
That one got a piece of it.
Definitely did.
Tried to come inside. Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter.
Yep.
Be number 30. Raylan Hughes, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Freshman getting some action here.
Well, she loves to do that.
She'll hit for Kinley Trish. Getting some experience for these younger players.
Yep. You know, when I talked to her before the Dutchtown game, the last regular season game that we did, she told me about that. And she always says that she's got to have a plan for the next person up, because, you know, she doesn't want to be a team. She doesn't want to ever have a team that has to rebuild for a year or 2.
Right.
And that's one thing that she has never had to do.
Hughes lays off of that one, 1-0. Two on, 2 outs. Top of 7. That's strike.
Yep.
Difference in this one, Jeff, that cricket number in the second, they scored 4. The cricket number in the 5th, they scored 2.
Yeah,
other than that, we played it pretty even.
Yeah, what I was trying to mention, but I think I said it incorrectly. They got 6 runs on 3 hits, 2 2-run homers and a 2-run single. And that's been the difference.
Has another strike.
When you can get 2 RBIs and 1 at bat, that's always a big deal. They got it 3 times here tonight. You had 2 from Causey, you had 2 from Landry, and you had 2 from Johnson. Johnson actually has 3 on the day with her sac fly.
1-2 count on Hughes. Sandin gets the strikeout. That'll do it. For the top of the 7th, we'll keep it here, 7-2. Let's set up I know we're looking at some different matchups for Sulphur, some teams that are still alive right now. We'll also get some scoring updates.
Yeah, and we'll also get some looks at the crowd, because it's been a great crowd here tonight as we get to the bottom of the 7th. But again, the team that wins this game, they got to feel really good about their chances when they get to Sulphur, because Walker, who has beaten Santa Maria twice this year, is out. They lost to Central, and I know they're happy about that, because they feel like if they can get to Sulphur and they can play that 16-8 Central Hahnville winner, they can make it to the finals. But they got some tough teams. You still got to get through West Monroe and Sam Houston once you get there, because West Monroe is taking on Barb and Sam Houston is taking on Live Oak. But if one of those teams can make it to the final on the other side, that's going to be a tough matchup for whoever comes through on that other half of the bracket. But Santa Maria likes their chances, I'm sure, and so would EA if they can make a comeback right here. If you can play and get through a 5-5A schedule, you can beat anybody. Santa Maria has done it so many years. Dutchtown came close last year. They made it to the finals and lost to Sam Houston.
Emma Blanchard to lead it off. Emma's got a hit today. Scored a run.
Getting close to jambalaya first.
Boy, I tell you, that just when you see that, that's what you think of, and I agree with that.
Getting close to the end of the school year, too.
Takes a strike. Kiddos are happy about that. Yep. Teachers probably, too.
Yep. Today was the last day for 4th block for the seniors.
Had to say your goodbyes.
Yep, so the seniors had their last full day of school ever today. So we're getting close to fun time.
I think REV does a really good job too of broadcasting all of the graduations.
Yeah.
At all the different schools, including over at Donaldsonville High School.
Yep.
And the West and the East Bank schools.
They got them all.
That strike.
Yep.
Levels at 2-2.
I'm going to brag that my daughter is going to be singing the alma mater for Dutchtown at the end of graduation. So Andre better find her.
Special request.
Yep. I'm going to cash in all my favors.
I got a feeling he's going to get a good shot of that.
Yeah. Well, she's going to be doing a duet. She and another student are going to be doing it together, but I don't care. I'm proud of her.
Should be. Laid off of it. Count is 3-2 to Emma Blanchard, the sophomore first baseman. Took a healthy hack, fired it right back at us. Good look at Emma. She looks intense.
Yep. Laid off.
Yeah, it's a good start for the Spartans. It's good at bat by Emma.
Absolutely. And like I said, we've seen comebacks this big as recently as 2 weeks ago.
I'm going to bring up DP Savannah Baker. Started in the circle, but was relieved by Xenon. Strike called right at the knees. First out's always the toughest one to get.
Yeah.
That was just missed.
And you still have Kendall Landry at your disposal if Burke can't handle it. Burke's pitched a lot today. She's probably a little tired too, because these EA batters work the count pretty well.
Yeah, disciplined at the plate. Both teams are. Stayed off of that one, 2-1. Upstairs. 3-1. Need base runners.
Yeah, this could get spicy here if we can get another base runner on with nobody out.
Takes a hack over to third. Got the first out.
It's a break for EA because that could have been a double play ball if Johnson was able to handle it cleanly. But she still did a good job getting that one out. And you mentioned it last inning. They'll trade that one out. It doesn't matter how many, these runs don't matter. Just get the outs.
Yeah, that runner second means nothing.
Yep. Now Coach Amy having a discussion.
What you can't have is the lineup continue to turn over here. That means you're putting runs up.
So 2 outs from Sulphur for Santa Monica.
Adeline Bradbury takes a strike on the outside corner.
Looking for 5 in a row. That'd be 2 straight senior classes that know nothing but Sulphur. Incredible.
Laid off of it, yep. Evens at 1-1. Bradbury's been on the bases a couple times.
Yep.
Missed right there, 2-1. Burke wanted that pitch. Missed inside, 3-1. We'll see if this is her last hitter.
Yeah. I haven't looked over there. You have the tarp over the bullpen.
It's hard to see if there's any action. Big fly. Left fielder's got a beat on it. Second out.
It's a good job by Trish. I saw yellow after it hit her glove. I thought maybe it was in danger of popping out, but she held on. And now 1 out away.
Madison Stevens tries to keep the season going. Great shot by camera crew. Allen stays out 1-0. Spartans not giving up here, Jeff. They're still battling. 2 outs. Stayed up with that one, 2-0. Good plate discipline. Took a big hack right there on a 2-0 pitch.
And this is a great comeback for Santa Monica if they do get this final out here, because when we had that 12-11 loss to Dutchtown, they were down. They were angry. They were frustrated that the season could have fallen apart right there if you let that get into your head. But now they're 1 strike away or 1 out away. Now 1 strike away.
Levels of the count 2-2.
That goes back to coaching there, Troy. Amy Peter's not going to let this team unravel.
Gator faithful on their feet. Looking for 1 strike, looking for an out. Big hack over toward the dugout. Count is 2-2. 2 outs, runner at second. Bottom of the 7th. Burke getting some instructions from the dugout. Laid off of it.
Wanted to chase that one. Madison Stevens ain't doing that.
Popped him up. Should do it. Going to Sulphur. Lady Gators going back to Sulphur.
For the 5th year in a row.
They do it as a 5 seed when they normally are a 1 or 2 seed. We'll just let you look at it right here.
Yeah, and look, Coach Petrie's not going to get in the circle. She's going to let the team celebrate. Let it be their moment. She's had her moments. And these girls, and when you talk about Rabelais and Trish and Causey, they're going to go their careers without missing Sulphur.
A lot of respect between these two teams. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, no, we'll keep it here. We'll wrap it up from here. Mr. Porsche, final thoughts?
It's just tough to beat Santa Maria in a clutch situation. It doesn't matter who you are. Sometimes that team or the name that's on the jersey makes a difference, and that's what you saw here a little bit. Santa Maria played Santa Maria ball. They were well coached. They had the right hits at the right times. East Ascension, you feel bad for them because this team has been close to Sulphur so many times, and now their senior class is going to graduate without getting there. And I feel really bad for them, but I think Coach Tony Ricca is proud of those girls because they got that culture back. They got the winning attitude back, and now they can advance from here. And that's it's just tough. It stinks that only one team from Ascension can get to Sulphur, but it's going to be Santa Maria. Congratulations to them. They did it again.
Both teams outstanding. Meeting in the center circle. A lot of respect by both. Just tough for those seniors for East Ascension. We feel from that's Coach Petrie right there. So that'll do it. From Lady Spartan Field, that's game number 59. Yep. But guess what? We're going to do one tomorrow.
Good luck.
It'll be Dutchtown and Sulphur in game 2 of that series between myself and Mike Moeller. Now, for everybody involved tonight, from our broadcast partner, Coach Mr. Jeff Porsche, our producer, Lyle Boucher, our director, Andre Chapoy, our awesome camera crew, Nolan, Zane, and Jake, and Troy LaBeouf saying good night from Spartan Field, where you see Santa Maria. They're going to Sulphur. They win it 8-2, and you got to watch it on the Rev Game of the Week.